Alright, we rolling.
Alright, Shalom.
Shalom.
Before we get started, we're going to turn to the east and give our praise to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash.
We want to give double honors to the apostles, the elders, a great millstone. The men that taught us the truth is 100% true. The true way of worshiping the Heavenly Father. His name is Yahweh, and His only begotten Son. His name is Yahweh Shai. This is GMS Memphis Camp coming back at you once again with another pre-camp blessing. And we hope this pre-camp blessing be edifying to the hopeful elect. We're all getting started. Sirach.
God, this is the book of Sirach, chapter 2 and verse 1. And it reads, My son, if thou come to serve the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, prepare thy soul for temptation.
It said, my son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Now, what's the meaning of temptation? What does that mean? Let's get the meaning of it.
This is the word temptation in the online etymology, 1200 century, act of enticing someone to sin.
It said the act of enticing someone to sin. Now, when you're enticing someone, you're alluring them, you tempting them. Now, in this case, you tempting someone to sin. Now, what is sin? Give me 1 John 3 and 4.
God, this is 1 John chapter 3 and verse 4. And it reads, Whosoever committeth sin, transgresseth also the law, for sin is the transgression of the law.
So it said, read it again.
1 John chapter 3 and verse 4. It says, Whosoever committeth sin, transgresseth also the law.
It said, whoever so commits sin, they transgress against the law. So when you commit sin, you going against the law. Now the Lord gave Israel laws, statutes, and commandments to obey by. Now when you transgress against it, you going against what He established for how you to live. You Israelites. How a man's supposed to conduct himself and how a woman's supposed to conduct herself. How we supposed to conduct ourselves as a nation of people. So read it again.
God, this is 1 John chapter 3 and verse 4. Whosoever committeth sin, transgresseth also the law, for sin is the transgression of the law.
Sin is the transgression of the law. Now when you go against the Lord's laws, statutes, commandments, there's a penalty for it. There's consequences for it. Give me that in Romans 6 and 23.
This is Romans chapter 6, verse 23. For the wages of sin is death.
It said for the wages of sin is death. Like you work at a job, you get your wage. Your payment, what you earn. So the Lord compares sin to the way you make the money. So you commit a sin, the wages thereof, the pay that you're going to get in return is going to be death. That's the reward. Read it again.
This is Romans chapter 6, verse 23. For the wages of sin is death, but the gift of Yahweh is eternal life through Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, our Lord.
So the wages of sin is death. So when you transgress against the law, that is sin, and it's going to lead you to death. Now go back to the meaning of that word temptation. Since we broke down the meaning of sin,
this is temptation again in the online etymology, 1200 century, act of enticing someone to sin, an experience or state of being tempted.
Penalty about it. So it's the act of enticing someone to sin. Now when you come to serve the Lord going to have the spiritual demon Satan to test you, to try you. And this spiritual demon Satan can hop on your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, your wife, your kids, and they can entice you. Tempt you with pagan holidays, Christmas.
flesh draw or entice to evil or sin. Lure.
And that's why it says in the scriptures, it said, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, seeking about who he may devour. So when you come to serve the Lord, the Lord gonna use Satan to test you, just like he did Job, to see if you about this truth, see if you about serving him. Read that Sirach 2 and 1 in the GMS.
All right. This is Sirach chapter 2 and verse 1 in the Good News Translation. It says, my child, if you are going to serve the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, be prepared for the times when you will be put to the test.
So you got to be prepared for the times you're going to be put to the test. The Lord's going to put you in certain situations that is uncomfortable. That you're going to, hey, if you a brother that got a temper problem, and the Lord going to put you in a temptation like that, where you're going to have an individual to piss you off. Or you was in the world smoking weed, doing all types of bullshit, the Lord going to put you in temptation like that. He's going to try you, to test you, to see, hey, is you really about what you're saying? Is you really about serving me? So He's going to put you to the test. That's what you're saying?
Yeah, I was just going to say, just like what we was going into last night, with the adultery.
Yeah.
The Lord might try you, with a woman that's married.
Yep.
Just to see what you're going to do.
Yep.
Might have y'all off to yourself somewhere,
Yep. And that's beautiful right there, because you may be a brother that get women, or the Lord can put it to a way that, hey, you used to get women, the next thing you know, you come to this truth, now all of a sudden you ain't getting women no more. But you will be at the workhouse, all of a sudden, this beautiful woman, the Lord knows what you like, so He gonna send this woman your way to try to test you.
Yeah.
That's the temptation right there. Like that. Yeah, I got a baby daddy though. Me and him still messing around. Yeah. It's complicated, but I like you though. See? Yeah. And you ain't had none in months.
Yeah, it's been a while.
You burning.
Yeah.
So that's where that temptation comes in. At is you gonna apply wisdom? And be like, hey, hell no, I ain't finna mess with her. She got a man. The Lord gonna fuck me up.
Hey, I was just gonna add, because in one of those similar words for the word temptation, it also says itch. So you'll be itching like, damn, bro, I wanna do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Especially when you're not around brothers. You be like, shit, they don't know. You know what I'm saying? But hey, the Lord see you.
Exactly. He's always watching. Go back to that Sirach 2 and KJV.
This is back in Sirach, better known as Ecclesiasticus 2 and verse 1. It says, my son, if thou come to serve the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, prepare thy soul for temptation. And I was just gonna say too, look at the account with Joseph. Whenever Pharaoh's wife was trying to, entice him, he was fleeing from her. See, the Lord gonna test your He's gonna test your
integrity.
Yeah, your integrity, your intentions. Then it says in verse 2, it says, set thy heart aright and constantly endure.
It says, set thy heart aright, meaning to set your mind aright. Have your mind fixed. Keep your eyes single. Like constantly, and what it said, constantly endure. It said constantly endure. Like you go into that word endure, it means to make hard, make stronger. And how you become strong? By constantly enduring. Enduring the temptation, enduring the suffering. That's where the growth comes in. Keep going.
Yep, and it says in Ecclesiasticus, better known as Sirach 2 and 2, it says, set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in the time of trouble.
It said, make not haste in a time of trouble. So when trouble comes your way, don't be hasting to get out of it. Give me Proverbs 3 and 5. Because one thing Jake like to do, an Israelite individual like to do, when trouble come their way, they react off impulse, off their flesh. So the Lord said, hey, don't hasten a time of trouble.
This is Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not to thine own understanding.
So when trouble come your way, trust in the Lord with all thy heart, and lean not unto your own understanding. Don't lean on to your flesh, your impulse, cause that's just moving off emotion, and that trouble that you in is gonna make everything even more worse. Keep going up on it.
Verse 6. In all thy ways acknowledge him.
In all thy ways acknowledge him. Don't acknowledge him when things just only good. Acknowledge him when things are bad too, because he controls the good and the bad. Keep going.
In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy path.
He's going to direct your path. He's going to guide your way. Go back to the Sirach.
God, this is back in Sirach, better known as Ecclesiastes chapter 2, and I'm going to read verse 2 again. It says, set thy heart aright, and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble. Verse 3, cleave unto him, and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end.
It said, cleave unto the Lord. Now, how do you cleave unto the Lord? By cleaving on to what's written in his Bible. But it said, hold fast to which thou hast. Let no man take thy crown. The Lord cometh in a volume of this book, so you got to cleave on to these scriptures. This is life right here. Knowledge, wisdom, understanding on how to live. So by you cleaving on to the Lord, hey, it's life right there. And it said, depart not away, right?
It says in Ecclesiastes, better known as Sirach 2 and verse 3, it says, cleave unto him, and depart not away.
It said, depart not away. Now what it says in Baruch chapter 4 and 1.
This is Baruch chapter 4, verse 1. This is the book of the commandments of Yahweh, and the law that endureth forever. All they that keep it,
all they that keep it, all they that cleave to it, cleave unto the Lord, because he come in the volume of the book. Keep going.
all they that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die.
So those the one that depart away, that's the reward you're going to get. You're going to die. Go back to the Sirach.
God, this is back in Sirach, but it goes to Ecclesiastes 2 and 3. It says, cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end.
It said, now what's going to be increased at the last end? Your faith. Because when you start to see that the Lord, hey, he delivered me out of temptation. Hey, you like, oh, hey, your faith starts to grow.
Yeah. And then not only that, going back to the account with Job, everything that he had lost in the beginning, at his latter end, the Lord gave him back that, double. Just like the Lord, just like Lord Yahushua says to his disciples, ye did forsaken wives, houses, land, for my sake, you're going to receive hundredfold and eternal life.
Yeah, beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah. Keep going up on that.
And it says in Ecclesiastes, better known as Sirach 2 and verse 4, whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a low estate.
Give me that in Hebrews, I think there's 12 and 11. It said, whatever is brought upon thee, take it cheerfully. So whatever the Lord bring upon you, the suffering, the temptation, man, you gotta take that cheerfully.
Yep. This is
we got it.
This is Hebrews chapter 12, verse 11. Now no chastening for the present seemeth to be joyous.
So no chastening from the Lord don't seem to be joyous. Like, man, you get your ass whooped, that shit don't feel good. Especially your mama whoop your ass straight out the shower. Like, that don't feel good. So it's the same thing with the Lord. The Lord chastening the ones he loves, and it don't feel good. Keep going.
Now no chastening for the present seemeth to be joyous, but grievous.
So it's grievous. Man, it don't feel pleasant. It don't feel good to the flesh. Like imagine like some of the chastening that the Lord put his men through, like maybe taking a woman away that you truly love, taking your house away. You know, you're losing your car, you're losing your kids.
Yeah.
Like that's chastening from the Lord. Keep on.
But grievous, nevertheless, afterward it yielded the peaceable fruit of righteousness.
See, that's what it does in the end. It yields a peaceable fruit of righteousness. Because at the end of the day, the Lord making you pure. Whatever he sees weak in you, he purging that away through the chastening. What it says, I forgot what the brother here, flame of love. It said, in Revelation. Matter of fact, give me that.
Furnace.
Yeah, the furnace.
Yeah, this is furnace in the online etymology, early 13th century.
Now give me that in Revelation first.
Okay.
Yeah. Y'all know what I mean. Go ahead. I think it's Revelation. Chastise the ones you love. No, it's in Revelation. Yeah. No, it's cool, man. It's cool. But that's what the Lord does to his elect. He put them in that furnace of a fire to purify them. Let's go back to this rock. That's cool though. But I know it's in Revelation, but I forget how it goes.
God, this is back in Ecclesiasticus, better known as Sirach 2 and verse 4. It says, whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a low estate.
It said, be patient when thou art changed to a lower estate. And that's what the Lord's going to do to you. Whatever you had in the world, you might have the finer things in life, the Lord's going to take it away. And see how you're going to be when he brings you to a lower estate. Even at Philippians 2 and 4.
This is Philippians chapter 2, verse 4. Look not every man on his own thing.
I mean, it's a lot 4 and 12. It's a lot 4 and 12. My bad.
This is Philippians chapter 4, verse 12. I know both how to be abased and I know how to abound. Everywhere and in all things I am instructed both to be full and to be hungry.
See, this is how the Lord going to have his elect. You got to know how to be abased, and you got to also know how to be abound. You got to know how to have things. You got to know how to not to have things. Because we're going to come in some times where, hey, we finna lose everything. You finna lose your house, your cars, your woman. Hey, you're gonna be tried. This is the temptation for to come upon the world. So the Lord gonna put his elect. They're gonna have to be versatile. Know how to have things and not how to have things. So these are the tests that the Lord is gonna put you through. Go back to the Sirach.
This is back in Sirach chapter 2 and verse 5. It says, for gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity.
It said, for gold is tried in the fire. So just like a goldsmith put gold in the fire to purge away that dross, the Lord's gonna put his men in that fire, that furnace, to purge away that dross he see in you. All that impurities, that weak nature that you got up on you, he's gonna constantly put you in that fire. And it's not gonna feel good. It's gonna feel like suffering. But through it, what it says in the scriptures, I will make a man more precious than fine gold. So he's making you more precious than fine gold. Go, keep going up on it.
Yep.
Go ahead, put it.
Yeah, this is the word furnace in the online etymology, early 13th century. Straight to the point. It says a flame of love.
So that furnace that the Lord putting you through is a flame of love. And it's only to the one the Lord love, his elect. Those are the ones that he putting that fire upon, that fire of adversity.
Yep, and it says in Ecclesiasticus, better known as Sirach 2, in verse 5, it says, for gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity.
So the acceptable men is going to be proved in that furnace of adversity. The ones that are going to endure, the ones that are going to endure the trial, the tribulation, the temptation. Give me that in James 1 and 12.
This is James chapter 1, verse 12. Blessed is the man that endureth temptation.
So blessed is the man that endure temptation. Keep going.
For when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life.
So when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life. Matter of fact, go jump up to verse 3. Yeah, verse 3.
This is James 1, verse 3. But let patience have her perfect work. They...
Two. All right.
This is James chapter 1, verse 2. My brethren, count it all joy when ye fall into diverse temptation.
So count it all joy when you fall into diverse temptation. Now why is that? Keep going.
Knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience.
So when you put in diverse temptation, this is how your faith grows. The Lord, you seeing that the Lord is dealing with you. You read about in Sirach, hey, my son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. So when you got a woman coming your way, you got a man, hey, you know how to deal. When you put through suffering, certain things be taken away from you, hey, count it all joy. This is the Lord, this is how he deal with you, to build your faith, to make your faith grow. Because when you come to the truth, your faith is like a mustard seed, small. Your faith is like a mustard seed, it's small. But during the process of you being in this truth, it's gonna start to grow. That's going back to the Sirach, and our last end is going to be increased. Reference prayer phrase. Yeah? Keep going up on it.
This is James chapter 1, verse 4. But let patience have her perfect work, that ye may be perfect and entire, wanting nothing.
So just like I said in the last end, I forgot how it goes, man. Go back to that. Go back to that, because I don't want to butcher it.
God, this is Ecclesiasticus, better known as Sirach 2 and 3. It says, cleave unto him and depart not away, that thy mayest be increased at thy last end.
So you're going to be perfect in the last end if you let patience have its perfect work with you. You let it run its course. And you go into the word patient, it goes into suffering. So you enduring all the trial, the tribulation, all the temptation. Hey, you're going to be perfect in the last end. And that's what we strive to be. Be perfect like Yahweh Shai. Give me that in Matthew. I think it's Matthew 5:48. Yeah, 5:48.
God, this is Matthew chapter 5 and verse 48. Be ye therefore perfect, even as your Father which is in heaven is perfect.
See, this is what we strive to be. This is what we fight to be, perfect. In these wicked flesh that we are in. Because it's a fight each and every day when you wake up, that old man trying to creep back in. So you're going to have temptation as soon as you walk out the door. People trying you, testing you. In traffic, you got to, man, all in traffic, man, you got to deal with people road rage. But you got to know how to stay in character. Deal with deal with them with wisdom.
Yeah, I got something for you too. This is the word perfect in Matthew 5 and 48 in the Blue Letter Bible. Strong's G 5046. You see what it says? Teleos. And it says in the outline of biblical usage, straight to the point, it says full grown. It says full grown adult of full age mature.
So you mature when you being made perfect. Because of what it says in Apostle Paul here said, it said when I was a
Child.
yeah, when I was a child, I thought as a child. But when I came a man, I put away childish things.
Yeah.
So when the Lord try you, test you, put you through all this, He's making you perfect. He's making you into a man. Putting away that childish thing. Because you look at how Jake be acting, but they act like children. Disobedient children.
I got you, bro.
Go ahead.
This is 1 Corinthians.
That's what you want to say?
I see.
This is 1 Corinthians 13 and 11. When I was a child, I spake as a child. I understood as a child. I thought as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things.
Like I said, hey, 2/3 of our people, they have childish mindset. They react off their impulse. You look at a child, he gonna react on how he feel. But when you become a man, hey, you start to think of logic. You gotta apply wisdom, understanding to things.
Yeah, and I was just gonna say too, like it was saying, in the outline of biblical usage, it says full grown adult of full age and mature. And the only way that you can get that like that full age, that maturity, is through those temptations that the Lord put you through, those experiences.
Yep.
That way you know what to do when you put in that situation.
Yep. Give me Galatians 5 and 16.
This is Galatians chapter 5, verse 16. This I say then, walk in the Spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh.
So when you're being tested, when you're being tried, and you gotta walk in the Spirit. So if you walk in the Spirit, you're not gonna fulfill the lust of the flesh. Somebody come your way, hey, well, some things that you used to do in the world. Like I said, you might be a brother, hey, used to smoke weed. They come to you, hey man, you know you want to hit this blunt? Hey, walk in the Spirit, hey, like, nah, hell nah. I ain't with it. A woman come your way, hey, same thing. She come trying to entice you to sin. Walk away. After you just told her, man, hey, you got a man, hey, I don't want no dealer, hey, man, hey, might walk clean away from my ass.
Run away, like Joseph.
Hey, yeah.
Like Joseph.
And it's always gonna be there, man, because you might go to family gatherings and shit. They sitting on the back porch smoking and doing this and doing that. It's always gonna be there, man. That temptation gonna always be there. So that fight is always there.
Yep.
Beautiful.
This is Galatians chapter 5, picking up at verse 17 in the NLT. The sinful nature wants to do evil.
The sinful nature wants to do evil. That's your flesh. Your flesh always gonna want to do evil. Keep going.
Which is the opposite of what the Spirit wants.
So that's the opposite of what the Spirit wants. Because the Spirit want to do the things that's pleasing to the Lord.
And the Spirit gives us desires that are opposite of what the sinful nature desires. These two forces are constantly fighting each other.
So these two forces are constantly fighting each other. Beautiful. Exactly. Just like what the brother was just got done saying.
Sitting on the back porch, your cousin passed to you.
Yeah.
Oh shit, yeah, you don't smoke. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So they'll remember like, yeah, I'm he don't smoke.
And that's that spiritual demon Satan hopping up on him, trying to entice you to sin. So that's the fight. That's the spirit and the flesh always warn against each other. And Apostle Paul speaks of that. Matter of fact, even in Romans 7 and 8 saying, read that in the NLT.
7 to 18.
Yeah.
This is Romans chapter 7, verse 18 in the NLT. And I know that nothing good lives in me, that is, in my sinful nature. I want to do what is right, but I can't.
Apostle Paul said, I want to do what is right, but I can't. Keep going.
Verse 19, I want to do what is good, but I don't. I don't want to do what is wrong, but I do it anyway.
He don't want to do what's wrong, but he do it anyway. Keep going.
Verse 20, but if I do what I don't want to do, I am not really the one doing wrong.
So who is the one that doing it then? Keep going.
It is sin living in me that does it.
It's the sin that dwells in us that does it. It's the sin that makes you go out. This is the fight. This is the condition of the battle. Matter of fact, even that 7, I think 57.
Yep, this is 2nd Ezra chapter 7 and verse 57. And it reads, it says, then answered he me and said, this is the condition of the battle, which man that is born upon the earth shall fight. Verse 58.
So this is the condition of the battle which man is born upon the earth shall fight. The Israelite man. So the Israelite man got a battle that he have to face. You know, warring with the wickedness of this world and warring with himself. Each and every day, like I was saying earlier, it's a battle.
Hey, real quick, going back to that point that you was making, that no man take that crown, that man could also be you. You know, you can take your own crown from yourself, man.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah, cause like how it says in the world, you is your worst, your biggest enemy.
Yeah. I'm my own worst enemy.
Yeah.
Yep. Finishing up in 2nd Ezra 7 and 58. And it says that if he be overcome, he shall suffer as thou hast said. But if he get the victory, he shall receive the thing that I say.
So if he be overcome, he gonna suffer. So you be overcome by your flesh, and you're gonna suffer. You're gonna suffer in the end. So you gotta have discipline, refrain yourself over the wicked things over this world. Even over yourself.
Yep.
Read that again.
Yeah, read it again. This is 2nd Ezra 7 and 57. Then answered he me and said, this is the condition of the battle, which man that is born upon the earth shall fight. Verse 58, that if he be overcome, he shall suffer as thou hast said, but if he get the victory, he shall receive the thing that I say.
So if you get the victory over yourself, over this world, hey, you're gonna get a reward in it. That's supposed to be on top of your mind. Hey, every time you fight this battle, hey, waking up every day, hey, dealing in this wicked ass kingdom, hey, it's a reward. So you should want that reward. Don't let the flesh overcome you. What the Bible always say, hey, victory over the flesh.
Yeah.
Go back to that, what was that?
Matthew 5.
No, Matthew 5.
This is Matthew chapter 5, verse 48. Be ye therefore perfect, even as your Father which is in heaven is perfect.
So we got to be perfect, just like our Lord Yahweh Ba'ashemel Bashar. Because he's the author and finisher. He's an example of our faith. So we got to strive to be perfect just like him. So the time coming where, hey, we finna be tested. Give me that in Revelation 3 and 10.
This is Revelation chapter 3 and verse 10. And it says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation.
It said, because thou hast kept the words of my patience. This truth. So if you kept this truth and you cleaved on to it and you been patient, and the Lord going to keep you from the hour of temptation. Give me that word kept from the Blue Letter Bible.
This is the word kept from the Blue Letter Bible in the Strong's G 5083.
Go straight to the Strong.
Potato. Right? And it says in the Strong's definition.
Yeah.
Okay. It says in the Strong's definition, it says keep, reserve, observe, watch. It says preserve, keeper, hold fast.
So the Lord's going to keep watch over his elect. The ones that, hold fast to which they has. The ones who kept his word. The ones who endured. So he's gonna watch, keep the elect preserved. So when that hour of temptation hit the whole world, they're gonna be straight. When famine hit America, he gonna make sure you and your family good. Cause you did your part, so the Lord gonna do his part. What it says, the Lord is not unrighteous to forget. You did all of that in love. All the hard work you did coming out here on the highways and hedges. Through the heat. Through the winter. Even when you were sick. The Lord's not going to forget that. So he's going to keep you from the hour of temptation when it comes to try the whole world. Read that again.
Yep. It says
read Revelation.
This is Revelation 3:10. And in KJV, it says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation.
So the Lord's going to preserve you from the hour of temptation. He's going to watch over you. He's gonna find a way for you to escape through it. Give it that matter of fact, I think
you got to think about the time who was at Peter when he was in the prison, you know. Mm-hmm. You know, he was basically on maximum security. You know, he had the angel come in there and, loose him out of there, man. So the Lord gonna be, performing those type of miracles for us in these times.
Exactly.
You might be put on fucking alligator Alcatraz, man. And the Lord, put the spirit on the alligators to float us, to land, man. You never know.
Hey, you might be up in the water and the alligator might not even eat you.
That's like Daniel in the lion.
Like Daniel in the lion did.
And it's Job, man. Got to be at peace with the beasts of the field.
Yeah, come together like a boat.
Hey, Esau gonna be looking like, man, why they ain't eating it? Why they ain't eating his ass?
Like, they carrying him. They carrying him to the land, man. What's going on?
Yeah.
This is 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 9. The Lord knoweth how to deliver the godly out of temptation.
The Lord knoweth how to deliver the godly. Hey, the Lord know how to deliver the godly out of temptation. So the Lord already know who's his elect, who's the one that truly believe in him, have faith in him. So when the temptation comes, you ain't gotta worry about no famine. You ain't gotta worry about if you ain't gonna eat, or when wild animals on the loose. Like how you said, the Lord gonna make it for a way that the animal be at peace with you.
Look at Daniel in the lion's den, man. The Lord, he controlled those lions from eating Daniel up. You can get the rest of the other account in Baal and the Dragon, man. It says that they wasn't fed for 7 days.
Exactly.
To the intent that they may devour Daniel.
Yep.
So they're gonna have in their intentions to have us devoured, but the Lord, he got the last say so.
Yep. Because at the end of the day, if you truly have faith and trust in the Lord, you know the Lord controls all things. He can put the spirit on the animal, do my elect no harm. Do my prophets no harm.
I got a quick piece here. This is Amos chapter 9, verse 9. For lo, I will command and I will sift the house of Israel among all nations, like as corn is sifted in the seed, yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth.
And this is what the Lord is doing in these times. He's sifting the house of Israel. The scriptures speak about judgment going to begin at the house of the Most High. So He's gonna sift everybody who say they got faith. He's gonna see, do you really have it? But the ones who really do have faith, it said not the least grain should not fall. And that's the elect. They ain't gonna be shooken when the Lord, hey, shake His kingdom up. They gonna stand firm. They gonna stand grounded.
Basically, the Lord, He's not gonna forget even the smallest, even the last man. He's not gonna forget. You know?
Yeah, beautiful. Yeah.
Back in this Revelation 3 and 10, it says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth.
So this gonna come upon the whole world. Documented. Hey, the MOTB, the C-Hill. And if you don't know what the C-Hill means by now, I don't know what to tell you. You need to go back and look at some old videos. Because that C-Hill gonna be upon the whole world. Everybody gonna have to have it. So either you're gonna take it, or you're gonna live off the grid. Or you gotta be willing or be ready to lose your life.
Before you take that shit.
And before you take it. So this is the ultimate temptation that is going to come upon the world. Keep reading up on that.
And it says in Revelation 3 and 11, it says, behold, I come quickly, hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown.
So behold, the Lord is coming quickly. And we're seeing that the Lord is coming. We're seeing that the Lord is visiting this world which He made. The earthquakes in diverse places. The uproars, the MOTB, and it's speaking loud and clear. World War III, the same thing. So the Lord, hey, He's coming quickly. So you need to hold fast, hey, to this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of this Bible. And what it said, read it again.
Yep, this is Revelation 3 and verse 11. It says, behold, I come quickly, hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown.
So do not let no man take your crown. This is your glory. This is your salvation. So don't let no man take your crown, or don't let your own self lose your crown. Go back to the Sirach. I'm gonna hear it off of there.
I never finished this chapter 2, verse 9.
I'll finish it out.
This is 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 9, just to finish it off. The Lord knoweth how to deliver the godly out of temptations, and to reserve the unjust unto the day of judgment to be punished.
So the Lord got the ungodly reserved unto the day of judgment. They got a great punishment for them.
Yeah. Hey, it's heavy too, because the same men that threw Daniel in the lion's den, and also the same men that threw the three holy children in that furnace.
Yeah,
when it was lit, a little bit more hotter, they got devoured.
Yeah.
When you go into that account.
Fire came out.
Yeah. And so it's gonna be like that. People that intend to do harm unto us, the Lord is going to deliver us out of it, and they're going to come in our stead. It says that in the scriptures, that basically, the punishment that they want to do to us is going to fall on their hands.
Yep.
Just like Haman. When he was trying to hang us on the gallows, he got hung on the fucking gallows.
Yeah, that's better right there.
Even with the nukes, I mean, that's y'all prized position. It's gonna destroy y'all.
Yeah, start at 9.
All right. This is Ecclesiasticus, better known as Sirach 2, and start at verse 9. It says, ye that fear the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, hope for good and for everlasting joy and mercy.
So ye that fear the Lord, and you gotta hope for good. So if you really have faith, believe in the Lord, hope for good, that the Lord is gonna deliver me out of any situation that He put you in. Keep going.
And it says in verse 10, it says, look at the generations of old and see that ever any trust in the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, and was ever confounded.
That word confounded means put to shame. So look at the generation of old and see that anyone who put their trust in the Lord was confounded, was put to shame. Like how you were speaking about Daniel. He put his trust in the Lord. Was he was confounded? Was put to shame? No. So those are examples. It said things was written aforetime was written for our learning.
Yeah, Romans 15:4.
So we look at those accounts, hey, that should boost your faith. Give us comfort, beautiful.
Yeah, man, because that same power is going to spring into action for us in these times, man.
Exactly.
You know?
Hey, that word of the day you got, hey, he gonna work miracles. He gonna work miracles in our time.
Yeah, man. He's gonna work miracles, man, and it's gonna be far beyond our comprehension.
Yeah. Keep going.
This is Ecclesiastes, better known as Sirach 2 and 10. It says, look at the generations of old and see that ever any trust in the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, and was confounded? Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken?
So the ones that feared the Lord, they was forsaken. No, the question is no. Another example, Noah. Where it said he moved with fear. Was he was forsaken? No. So these are examples. Look at the generation of old.
And it says, or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? Or who did he ever despise that called upon him?
So who was despised that ever called upon the Lord? Hey, the question is no, again. So you call upon the Lord, hey, that name hold weight. It said, the name of the Lord, it's a strong tower. The righteous that run to it and are safe. So this is what the Lord is going to prove when you come to serve him. So if you really truly have faith in the Lord, when you face with all these diverse temptations, if you really trust in him, and you're going to overcome.
And it says in Sirach, better known as Ecclesiastes 2 in verse 11, it says, for the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, is full of compassion and mercy, long-suffering, and very pitiful, and forgiving sins, and saveth in the time of affliction.
So the Lord's going to save his elect in a time of affliction. So I got to put the elect up on there. Because he ain't saving anyone. He's going to save his elect.
And it said in the time of affliction. You see? Let me get this real quick for y'all.
And you got Esau, got all these instruments of death. He ready to torture. He's ready to torture Jacob. Like, man, I can't wait to get my hand on these Israelites.
Yep. Got one for you real quick, because it said he's and he saveth in the time of affliction. This is straight to the point. Psalms 46 and verse 1. It says to the chief musician for the sons of Korah, a song upon Aluma. It says, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. So,
Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, he's our refuge. He's our protection. Like he's always there. Hey, whether you don't think he's not there, he's there. Yeah. So whatever situation that you're in, man, he's gonna get you out of it.
Yeah, man, because he's that power that deliver us, out of a tight jam. When we really fucking need help. Yep. You know what I'm saying? And that's how the Lord is gonna get his glory.
Yep.
By the way he delivers us out of certain situations, man.
Yep.
Because you're not going to be able to get that glory to no other power. No Jesus Christ, no Yahweh, none of that.
Yep.
Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is going to be the one to get that glory, man.
Yeah. Come. Go back to the Sirach.
This is back in Sirach, better known as Ecclesiastes 2, and And verse 12, it says, woe be to the fearful hearts and faint hands, and the sinner that goeth two ways.
So woe be to the faint heart, to the faint hands, the ones that go both ways. A double-minded person, a double-minded man. What the scripture speak about? A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. Because you really don't believe. You trying to play both sides. You wavering, like the wave, like the sea, tossed to and fro. So the Lord, hey, wants you to pick a side. Either you with me or you against me, like Jay like to say in the world. So it ain't no in between with the Lord. Keep going.
And it says in Ecclesiastes, better on the Sirach 2, and verse 13, it says, woe unto him that is faint-hearted, for he believeth not.
You really don't believe. You just believe when times are good. But when trouble hit, you didn't believe. Keep going.
And it says, therefore shall he not be defended.
Therefore shall you not be defended. So when Esau come in, hey, with that great wrath, he gonna leave you hanging. The Lord gonna leave you hanging just like how you left the Lord hanging. Because you ain't believe in him. So why should the Lord, hey, come through for you?
Exactly, because the Lord said that he hasn't given us the spirit of fear. You know, he's given us
he gave us a sound mind.
Yeah. From the sound mind. This is back in Ecclesiastes, better on the Sirach 2 and 13. It says, woe unto him that is faint-hearted, for he believeth not, therefore shall he not be defended. Verse 14, woe unto you that have lost patience, and what will ye do when the Lord, Yahweh shall visit you?
It said, woe unto you that lost patience. A lot of individuals have lost patience. They thought that the Lord was going to come back in 2012. So they lost patience with the Lord. Certain individuals came to the truth, they couldn't handle the suffering, because patience goes into suffering. So the Lord said, woe unto you, destruction to you, misery to you who have lost patience. And what it said, what would you do?
Yeah, and it says, what would you do when the Lord, Yahweh shall visit you?
It said, what would you do when the Lord shall visit you? It says it's a terrible thing to fall into the hands of living power. So when the Lord visits you, it ain't no telling what he got in store for you.
Hey, what do you be saying, for the definition of visit? You go into it all the time.
Punish.
Yeah.
So when the Lord visits you, he's going to punish you. Keep going.
Yeah, this is in Ecclesiastes, better known as Sirach 2 and 15. They that fear the Lord, Yahweh Shai, will not disobey his word. It says, and they that love him will keep his ways.
Keep going.
And it says in verse 16, they that fear the Lord, Yahweh Shai, will seek that which is well pleasing unto him, and they that love him shall be filled with the law.
It said they that fear the Lord will do what?
It says in Sirach 2 and 16, they that fear the Lord, Yahweh Shai, will seek that which is well pleasing unto him.
It said they that fear the Lord will seek that which is well pleasing unto him. What is well pleasing to him? Hey, it's seeking him, seeking his men, the prophets. So you got the prophets out here on the scene, hey, preaching this gospel to you. This is the time you need to be trying to seek the Lord before that hour of temptation approach here to America.
And it says, and finishing up in Sirach 2 and 16, and it says, and they that fear the Lord, Yahweh Shai, will seek that which is well pleasing unto him, and they that fear, and it says, and they that love him shall be filled with the law.
They that love him will be filled with the law. These laws, statutes, and commandments. You're gonna be trying to keep it to the best of your ability. Keep going.
It says in verse 17, they that fear the Lord, Yahweh Shai, will prepare their hearts and humble their souls in his sight.
You're gonna prepare your heart, meaning your mind, your spirit. When you be hit with all types of temptations and tribulation and adversity. Keep going.
Verse 18, saying, we will fall into the hands of the Lord Yahushua and not into the hands of men. For as his majesty is, so is his mercy.
So when that time comes, when Esau Edom, hey, he come in like that great flood, hey, he come with that hour temptation, hey, he you trying to hit you with that MOTB, you ain't gonna fall into the hands of men. You're gonna put your life into the hands of the Lord. So, hey, the best thing for you to do, hey, put your trust in the Lord, because it's all a test. Give me that, let's end off in there, you got some?
Hey, Revelation 2 and 10.
Oh, go ahead.
This is Revelation chapter 2, verse 10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison.
It said, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. So all the tribulation, the Jacob trouble, the famine, the plagues that the Lord sending here to America, don't fear it. The Lord didn't give us the spirit of fear. You know what's going on. You in the know.
Yeah.
So don't fear these things.
It should be a faith boost at that point.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the Lord said it was going to happen to you.
Yeah.
Lord willing, the Lord, if you are cast into prison, the Lord put the spirit on you to be ready to die.
Yeah.
You know? This is Revelation 2 and 10 again. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison.
So the devil is going to cast some of you into prison. And it's talking about a physical man that comes in the workings of Satan. Because you got a nation of people, Esau, Edom, hey, they do the workings of Satan. So certain brothers, they going to get thrown in these concentration camps. Like how the brother was saying, the alligator Alcatraz. You're gonna be put in some of those counts.
Hey, and it's not too far fetched because you gotta think about John the Revelator. You know, he was
the island of Patmos.
Yeah, island of Patmos.
Yeah.
You know, which is a salt mine.
Yeah.
You know, in the middle of a fucking ocean. The same way with alligator Alcatraz. You know, it's surrounded with water. You know.
And yeah, and that came with preaching the gospel. Because Esau Edom, he gonna make the Lord's prophets look like terrorists.
Yeah, man. Cause literally, what we're doing, you know, it's considered treason. You know, we're basically speaking against the government. You know that exists, telling them that they're gonna be taken out of power by our Lord.
Yep.
You know, that's treason. That's punishable unto death.
Hey, that's the exact thing John the Revelator, he was doing.
Yeah, man, because it tells you that in Revelation, the first chapter.
Yeah.
You know, for preaching the word of the Lord.
Yeah.
You know, he was cast on the island of Patmos.
Yeah. So we telling Esau Edom the same thing. Hey, your kingdom is going down. Hey, our Lord for to come to conquer this motherfucker. And Esau don't like that. So he gonna look at us, these people right here. Hey, I'm God. Who is this guy y'all talking about? I got something for you. Hey, man, go on in this concentration camp.
Yeah, man, and they gonna do that because what's that Wisdom of Solomon 1 or 2? He said, you know, like basically the mind of those elites.
Yeah.
Let's see if their power will deliver them.
Yeah, beautiful.
You know, let's see if the God of Jacob is gonna come through for them, like they said.
Yeah, beautiful. Finish it out, brother.
We also understand that the Lord is in control. You know what I'm saying? Even of the elites.
Yeah.
That's in Job 33, I think.
Yeah. Hey, going back to in Maccabees with the mother and her 7 children. He said that to I think it was Antiochus Epiphanes, and he had told the king that you cannot do nothing to me unless the Lord allow it.
Exactly. All right, this is Revelation 2, verse 10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried.
That ye may be tried. You go into that word tried, it means tested. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. So you're going to be tested. Your faith is going to be tested. Keep going.
And ye shall have tribulation 10 days.
It said ye shall have tribulation 10 days, and this don't necessarily mean you're going to have tribulation 10 days. It's just a complete matter of number that the Lord sees fit for you. So it might be 3 days, 4 days, 5 days. Hey, however the Lord got in store for your spirit. 4 hours. Yeah, 4 hours.
Keep waiting.
Yeah. Hey, just be patient. Hey, endure the suffering. Keep going.
And ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life.
And that's what you got to do, man. Be faithful unto death. Because the scripture speak about the elect love their lives not, they love their lives not unto death. Yeah. If I'm saying it right. Yeah.
Love not their lives.
They love not their lives unto death. So no death, nothing is not going to be able to separate you from Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. So if you have that type of mindset, you're going to be faithful when temptation come upon this world. So hey, we hope this pre camp lesson was edifying to the hopefully elect. Hey, shalom.
Shalom.